What's up, y'all? Welcome back. It's your man DA, and I figured it out. Been digging into good brother Napoleon Hill's classic work, Think and Grow Rich, and I have finally figured out the secret. I'm gonna share it with you right now in this video. But first, I'm gonna tell you how I came to it, right? So I've been reading this book for 9 or 10 years now, visiting it off and on, and of course, Napoleon opens up and he says, this book contains a secret. And if you figure it out, it'll change your entire life. You'll have all the riches you've ever wanted and everything like that, right? Now, for 9 or 10 years, I've been reading this book off and on, visiting it at different times, at times visiting just specific sections of it, right? I don't think I ever found the secret before now. I mean, I thought I did at one point, and I'm gonna share with you what I thought it was. I even remember hearing Bob Proctor speak about it. And I think Bobby P has said that the secret was that our imagination, our thoughts can actually create, the life that we live and the things around us and everything like that, right? I'm paraphrasing, by the way. It came to me as I was actually listening to another book, and I began to put several pieces together. And then I was led to read this again. And so I'm just kind of skimming through the chapters, and then it landed on me like a ton of bricks. So initially I thought that the Napoleon Hill's secret, right? The secret that he says will change your life. Initially I thought that the secret was whatever you needed it to be, right? Because this book says that there's been over 15 million copies sold around the world, probably since its first publication, right? And I forget which list it is on Amazon, but Think and Grow Rich is perpetually top 3 books in, like, I forget which category. I think it's like self-help, get money, secure the bag, best books list. I don't know, but it's always like top 3. And so I know people are still looking for that secret. People still want to know, how do you become a success? How do you make riches? How do you get the bag and make mad money and have a big bank account, right? But now that I'm looking at it, it's so simple, right? Again, initially I thought it was that it would be whatever you needed it to be, right? Depending on where you are in your life, depending on what you're dealing with, the secret could be anything. It could be, you need to focus on the power of your imagination. It could be that you need to focus on action. It could be the power of the mastermind, sex transmutation, and all this other stuff. It could have been that, but it's not. I'm gonna tell you right now what it is. The secret to wealth and riches that Napoleon Hill alludes to throughout this entire work. And matter of fact, here's why I'm gonna tell you. Although Napoleon doesn't do it, I'm gonna do it because I know that you're probably not gonna find this video unless you're ready for the secret. Unless you're ready to know what it is that will catapult your life into where it is you want it to be. And I've been using these principles in my own life for years. Like I said, I've been reading the book off and on for a decade now. I've used it to get jobs. I've used it to start several ventures and see success in all of them. And now I've revisited the material again, and I'm using it to completely transition and pivot my life in a completely new direction. And so I know success is guaranteed. So the secret isn't whatever you need it to be. There is a definite secret. And that secret to wealth and riches that Napoleon Hill alludes to is service. Several times he says in the book that there's no such thing as getting something for nothing. And I believe it's in the chapter on imagination. He has this paragraph where he says, you can build a fortune through the aid of immutable laws, but first you must become familiar with these laws and learn to use them through repetition by approaching the description of these principles from every conceivable angle. He goes on to say that nature herself, he says, strange and paradoxical as it may seem, the secret is not a secret, and he's right. Nature herself advertises it on Earth, in which we live, the stars, the planets suspended within our view. In the elements above and around us, in every blade of grass and every form of life within our vision, nature advertises the secret in terms of biology and the conversion, come on words, of a tiny cell so small that it may be lost on the point of a pen into the human being now reading this line. The conversion of a desire into its physical equivalent is certainly no more miraculous. He says, do not become discouraged if you do not fully comprehend all that has been stated. Unless you have long been a student of the mind, it is not expected that you will assimilate all that is in this chapter upon a first reading, but you will, in time, make good progress. So, nature herself teaches the secret. And again, I said the secret is service, it's giving. You don't get something for nothing, right? If we think about money as energy, and we understand money as currency, we want to receive and build our own wealth, but there has to be an exit for that energy to flow, right? Unless you have a flow, you don't have a current. It's not moving. So if you're just receiving, and things get stagnant with you and you're not giving anything, then you don't have currency. You're not in the flow. But we can activate it. We can jumpstart this flow by giving. All right. Napoleon says in the very beginning of the book, in the preface, he says that as a final word of preparation, may I offer one brief suggestion that may provide a clue in recognizing the Carnegie secret. It is this: all achievement, all earned riches have their beginning in an idea. Everything that you can achieve, all riches have their beginning in an idea. What is your idea? What is your product? What is your service? What is the thing that you want to do? What is the thing that you want to bring to the world, to give of yourself, to give of your energy, to give of your talents, to make the world a better place? And not a better place in a, kumbaya, let's hold hands kind of better way, but by providing value. That's the secret. There hasn't been a business on the planet that has ever grown to a massive state without providing service. Everybody Napoleon mentions in this book gives, right? When he talks about the magic kettle, the Coca-Cola, right? He's like, oh, figure out, can you figure out what the pharmacist added to the kettle in order to get it to spout out all this gold? What that pharmacist added was service. He gave of the contents. He gave Coca-Cola to the world, and people loved it and have been drinking it for thousands of years now. So there you have it. Quick, simple, and easy, right? There's no need to drag this out. It's so simple, y'all, right? If you want to build wealth, if you want to build riches, you must be in service. Because it is a law of the universe that you do not get something for nothing. There must be an energetic exchange. There must be a giving in order for there to be a receiving. So you may still be waiting for your idea. You may still be looking for a way to get your idea out into the world. If you haven't read Think and Grow Rich, go do that. And by now, honestly, there are a few great books on the market dealing with this very thing, as far as formulating your idea, formulating a process, and getting into action, right? I can't stress that enough. Be in action, in service to the world. I had a coach say to me one time, as I was expressing how I had stopped moving on a particular project and how my life had begun to turn in a less than favorable direction, but I was chilling. And he said to me with a smile on his face, he goes, well, this is going to be a time that tests your service to commitment. It's going to test your commitment to service. And that's what everything boils down to. Who can serve the most? Who can serve the most, the best? It all boils down to service. Everything you can dream of is just on the other side of what you give. So if you've had an enlightening moment in this video, let me know down in the comments. Look forward to talking with you. Y'all be good.